let us continue our discussion on binary relations and graph models. Suppose the underlying set is say 1, 2, 3 and the relation R is a subset of A cross A. Let's assume R is say 1, 1, 1, 2 and 2, 3. If this being the relation, then one can represent this using a graph model. Graph is also a discrete structure on this discrete set. So we basically have two sets. One is called vertex set, another one is called edge set. Vertex set is same as the UOD or the universe of discourse. Edge set is basically the relation. So for each element in A, we draw a vertex. 1 is a vertex, 2 is a vertex, 3 is a vertex. And then relation R is 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3. So these three are basically edges. So if G is a graph, then we denote vertex set using V of G and edge set using E of G. Now 1, 1, we draw an arc from 1 to 1 itself. 1, 2, we draw an arc from 1 to 2. 2, 3, we draw an arc from 2 to 3. Fine. So each element in A gets a vertex. This we call it as vertex set, and each element is called a vertex or a node. And edge set is basically the relation, and each element in the relation gets an arc. 1, 1, there is an arc. 1, 2, there is an arc. 2, 3, there is an arc. Since there are directions, this graph is known as a directed graph. Fine. Suppose the relation as 1, 1, 1, 2, say 2, 1, 2, 3 and 3, 2. Then the underlying graph would be 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 3 and 3, 2. This graph is equivalent to drawing like this. Since there is an arc from 1 to 1, even if you drop the arc, it still conveys the meaning. Since there is a directed arc from 1 to 2 and 2 to 1, I am dropping the arcs and then drawing an undirected edge. So when I draw like this, say 1 to 2, which means you have a directed arc from 1 to 2 and a directed arc from 2 to 1. So if we drop directions, then such a graph is known as undirected graphs. So undirected graphs are a special case of directed graphs. What is that special case? Special case being, if you look at any edge, you see that you have an arc from 1 to 2 as well as 2 to 1. So it's a special case of directed graph, wherein for each edge AB, you have an arc from A to B and B to A. So there is an interesting connection between the field graph theory and set theory. And under set theory, you study sets, relations, and so on. Equivalently, you get to see graph models. And graphs are basically binary relations. each edge represent an element in a relation. And to start with, you get directed graph, and in case between a pair of vertices or nodes you get to see both arcs AB and BA, we draw using undirected arc and undirected edge, and with that you get into undirected graphs. There are many interesting properties for directed graphs and undirected graphs which we shall discuss next. So when we draw graphs, say on 3 vertices, we may get loops like this. These things are called loops or self loops. We may even get parallel edges, something like this. Or in directed sense, you may have an arc from 1 to 2, 1 to 2, 1 to 2, and something like this. So these edges are called parallel edges. So we come across graph models in the field of computer networks, and in the design of circuit boards. So now, to ensure that in case this link goes down, you still have a way to reach the node 2. We provide parallel edges when we design computer networks. Okay, and in case the edge turns out to be like 1 to 2 as well as 2 to 1, then it becomes an undirected graph. So when we talk about simple graphs, there is a terminology called simple graphs. It is a graph without self loops and parallel edges. So, which means the kind of graphs that you come across will be something like this. In undirected sense, you come across a graph like this. In directed graph, maybe 1 to 2, and then 2 to 3, say 3 to 1. Now, the interesting part is, on 3 vertices, one can list many undirected graphs. One can list many directed graphs. Now, how many are there? For example, if you look at 1, 2, 3, this is a graph. It's a graph in which the edge set is empty. So it's a graph in which edge set is empty, which means the underlying relation is empty. Or you can draw with just one edge, say 1 to 2, or you can draw say 2 to 3. So like this one can start listing. So one can draw 1, 2, 3. Similarly, on the undirected graph, you have 1, 2, 3. So you can draw like this, you can draw 1, 2, 2 and 3 and so on. Now the interesting question is, how many different directed graphs are there? On 3 vertices. Similarly, how many different undirected graphs are there on three vertices. So this could mean directed or undirected. So can we count them? Okay. And it's important to note this. If a relation has 1, 2, then in the underlying graph it's a directed arc from 1 to 2. If the relation has 1, 2 and 2, 1, like pairs or vectors, then you have a directed arc from 1 to 2 as well as an arc from 2 to 1. This is equivalent to saying set containing 1, 2. So when you draw using vectors, then direction is important. When you draw using, this is ordered, this is an ordered set, this is unordered. So which means this represents the underlying undirected graph. So this means both 1, 2 as well as 2, 1. So either for undirected graphs you write like this, or you can use this. For directed graphs you should use this. For undirected graphs you can either use this or this notation. Fine. Now let's count how many different directed graphs are there on 3 vertices, or undirected graphs are there on 3 vertices. Please note that graphs are basically binary relations, and we have already counted relations satisfying specific properties, like how many different binary reflexive relations are there, and how many different binary relations are there which are reflexive and symmetric, and things like that. So can that be related to this counting question? That's our next focus. So listing all directed graphs. Okay. So something like this. 1, 2, 3. So this represents 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. This represents 1, 2, 2 and 3, 3. So this represents a relation, this represents a relation, and so on. And only thing is, when we draw graphs, we may draw parallel edges, but when you see relation as a set, for example 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, so we don't write R as 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. Then this becomes a multi-set. So the underlying graph would be 1, 1, again 1, 1, then 2, 2 and 3, 3. So generally we see relation as a set, so we draw parallel edges. Self loops are allowed. Okay, but if you want to bring parallel edges also into the set theoretic representation or notation, then the underlying set is a multi-set. If it is a simple set, we will not duplicate any element, but in a multi-set that's allowed. So now this is a relation, this is a relation, and it turns out that you take a directed graph corresponds to a binary relation. Correct? So which means counting, when I say directed graphs, So directed graphs without parallel edges is equivalent to counting number of binary relations. So number of different directed graphs on n vertices is equivalent to counting number of different binary relations on n vertices or n nodes or n element set. This we have already counted. Suppose we are interested in counting directed graphs, simple directed graphs, meaning without parallel edges and self loops. Which means if you look at any element, self loop is not allowed. So 1, 1 is not allowed, 2, 2 is not allowed, 3, 3 is not allowed. Means for any element A is not allowed. What is that? For all A does not belong to R. Such a relation must be irreflexive. Correct? So for all of them, A is not in the relation. So counting this is equivalent to counting number of irreflexive binary relations on n vertices. So you look at this counting from the relation perspective, which means if you visualize a relation as a matrix, all diagonal elements 1, 1, 2, 2, so on up to n, is forbidden, and the rest of them any subset can be there. So what is that value? It is 2 power n square minus n. So each binary relation corresponds to a directed graph on n vertices, so which means number of different binary relations is same as number of different directed graphs. And counting simple directed graphs is equivalent to counting the number of irreflexive binary relations. That number is precisely this. Now you see that by bringing this graph model, you get to visualize binary relations from a different perspective. Now just like sets has some property, even these graphs have many interesting properties which may be of use for studying graph itself. And apart from that, many questions that one has to answer in the context of set theory or relation can be modeled as an appropriate question in the context of graphs. And things like that we shall explore.